Been talking about this budgeting stuff, you know. I think we've sold them. You know, I need to consider how I'm using my money in terms of much more of a broad picture rather than just, oh, I want this today, so let me run the card on it. So how am I going to get a grasp on this? I think Charlie pulled a couple sites out before.
Yeah, there's so many new sites out there right now. So the two that I've really hit on and did some research on, I think are great, are mint.com and wasabi.com. I've actually downloaded mint.com and signed up for that. It's free, and for those of you with Blackberries and iPhones and things like that, they have the iPhone application, which makes it even easier. And what this site enables you to do is it takes your checking account, your savings account, your credit card account, your any sort of investments you might have already, and it puts it all in one site. So you can essentially see your net worth. It's got different ways. It's got links on there on ways to save, and it just out of seeing your budget and the ways you spent money, the computer will spit out ways that you can save money in different ways. Also, it has it so I can be at the grocery store and swipe my card and realize, you know, I've got this amount of money on my phone. I can budget this. I have this amount of money budgeted for that trip. And that's just right there on me. You can create your own personal budget. And like I said, the ways to save link will show you different grocery stores or different restaurants where they have savings and just other ways that you can be able to save money. So that's a great asset to have in terms of creating your personal budget. The second one, which I'm not a member of, but I've done a little bit of research of, wasabi.com. You can still download it to the iPhone. That's got a take a tour link on it as soon as you go to the website, and that's a great 3-minute tour of what that site is all about. And they do a great job of incorporating the community, and they encourage feedback from its users on different places that people have learned how to save money and good investments and things like that. So that's a good part of that website. Joe, I think you were going to talk about another way that a little more basic term. This is a little more technology involved.
Let's say you're like me out there. I mean, I don't have a BlackBerry or an iPhone yet. I'm going to get up to Charlie's level at some point, but I'm not there yet. So how can I make this work for me? You know, it's just the average college student trying to make it out there on my own or whatever. It's actually really simple, and it's just going to get into your basic accounting type principles, because you can treat yourself just like you would a company. You got revenues on one side, you're going to net out your expenses, and then there's a bottom line there at the bottom. And for any given period that you're in, your revenues are going to be the cash inflows that you're getting, whether that's, you know, wages from work or maybe tips you're getting, waiting tables, money that grandma is sending you for, you know, maybe Christmas for this time of year. That's a cash inflow for you.
Yeah.
Or parents are sending you a little beer money so that you're not skipping out on meals just to be able to go out drinking on the weekend.
Meals.
Right. So that's going to be all your cash inflows. Then we're going to get back to where we were before. That's going to be one side of the equation. Then under that, you know, we can just take a legal pad, a normal piece of paper, and start writing this stuff out. Yeah. Once we got that figure, we'll put that on the top. The next figure is going to be our expenses. What are we spending money on? Maybe that's a car payment. Maybe that's tuition for the month, like in my case. Credit card payment could be part of that too. And, you know, all the different things we were listing before, like understanding where the money's going, and being able to actually categorizing the expenses and figuring out what the total value is going to be.
Yeah, that's true.
So we're going to take those expenses, we're going to subtract that from the top number, which is all the cash inflows, and that's going to be your net cash flow at the bottom line, what your profits, if you were a business, were for that period. Now, ideally, for any given period, that number is at least going to be zero, if not positive, because it's really hard to be a continuing.
It's hard to get ahead of that
kind of thing if it's negative.
Down.
Yeah, exactly.
Like keep it in the green, not in the red.
Yeah.
Right
but
now.
let's
That's
say
what
you
we're
do it
striving
right now, and you start out in the red. Well, that's going to be the clue to you that you need to go back into that expenses section and figure out, well, how can I change this? Because I want to be what we would call back in the green. I want this to be a positive number.
Right.
So how can I adjust what I'm spending my money on right now to bring that subtracted expense figure down so that I can get a positive number at the bottom? Because you really can't start, you know, investing and putting that kind of thing out there until you're coming up with that positive bottom line number right at the bottom of the sheet.
If you're using your method, we gotta, you know, you want to make sure that you stay organized. And I've watched my dad. He's done the pen and paper method for years, and you know he's very good about staying organized. And if you have all this paper and everything like that, you might lose it or you might accidentally throw it away. So stay organized.
Yeah. I think you just want to sum up what we went over here. Importance of budgeting.
Very important.
And you know, we've given you different ways. Wasabi.com, Mint.com, the pen and paper method. All are great ways. You may not like either one of them, but what we're really trying to get at here is being aware of what you're purchasing and not doing what we did previously. What we previously mentioned of just spending, and at the end of the week being like, okay, maybe I should take a look at this.
Don't make the mistakes that we've made.
Yeah. So be aware of what you're spending. And then we also went over the exchange traded fund, which I think we're going to go into more investment vehicles in some later videos. But that's just one thing that we're shooting for by budgeting, setting some cash aside, so maybe we can invest in one of these ETFs.
Yep.
I think that might do it for this segment.
Stay tuned.
DorseyWright.com, DWA interns at DorseyWright.com. Would love to hear from you.
And we'll look forward to talking to you later on.
Thanks.